So this is how the pool guy part 2. Sorry about that, my camera ran out of storage. So if you see a green pool, if you see some algae, definitely want to go back. And I do invest, and I would want to recommend something like a portable pump to clean the bottom of the pool with a lot of dirt and algae. Basically, when I come onto this pool out as well, I would actually test the pool for any chemicals. I'll test the chlorine, pH, alkaline. I'll test once a month, and I'll retest if there's problems again. I'll test the saltwater level. I'll test the bromine level. I'll test the spal. I'll test for calcium hardness every 4 months. I'll check it again if there's any problems, if I see any scale or corrosion. And I test for cyanuric acid, and I'll retest if there's any problems with the chlorine, if the chlorines are dropping really, really low. Also, when you come, you want to inspect something like a water feature for any type of leaks. If there are leaks, you would want to replace it right away, or you should leave it off and then have a pool guy come by and just fix it. Fix the crack. Also, when I also come to earn this pool out too, I would always, and I mean always, you always want to inspect the pump for any air leaks, suction leaks, any type of leaks. So on this pool out, I'll test for any type of leaks around the pool, under the pump, because that's where sometimes it can actually happen. I'll check the filter for any leaks. We had a pool guy last week. He came by and he fixed all that up because there's water shooting out when a valve would turn, or if the water pressure didn't build up, it would water would shoot out. I'm also going to turn off the pump again just to give it a check. You can see a water level does go back up, but it doesn't drop down like it did before. So yeah, you would want to have two turnovers, one in the morning and one at night. You always want to let it run for 4 hours during the day and 8 hours at night, so that equals to a total of 12 hours separate. You also want to let the pump actually warm up a little bit, so that here when it turns on at nighttime, it's actually already warmed up and ready to go for the pool. Then I'll inspect the skimmer basket for chlorine. You always want to add chlorine to your skimmer. It gets the chlorine out faster. Then I'll inspect the floater for chlorine. See if there's any chlorine. I'm going to have two in the skimmer and one in the floater. So it's supposed to be 117 on Saturday. We're going to actually add more chlorine on Friday to the floater. And we still got some good chlorine in here. So that's good right there. You always want it like that. You always want to have one in this, two in the skimmer, and one in the floater, one in the skimmer, one in the floater. So that here, if it runs out, you don't have to worry about adding more chlorine for like a long time. And you would want, and I would actually inspect the pool for any cracks. I definitely want to recommend inspecting pool for cracks. If you have a leak, if you're losing a lot of water, always want to get the leak checked. Or if you see cracks, don't want to call a pool guy, just do a water test where you just do a bucket test. So this here is a sports complex / commercial pool. They got a secondary pool like about two offices down. They got one here and they got one over there and one spa over there too. So I have to normally go over to that one. I actually also want to recommend you check the heater. Fortunately, this heater doesn't work, so we're going to have to try and see if we can pull that heater out, so that way here we don't have to worry about using it, or someone using it too. I also want to make sure that the ground wire is connected, that if any type of shortage in the system, any type of problems in the system as well, If let's say if it was shock, doesn't go out to the pool, the wire would go to the ground, go to here and ground and get that electricity out, preventing any type of shock. If you have a diving board, definitely does that too. You want to have a ground wire. You have a pool light, it has a ground wire. Sometimes in the bottom of the pool at the drains they also have ground wires, like they used to, but not anymore, because back then it would shock people severely and hurt them, making them drown and dying. Basically, what this is the steps that you're gonna have to take. Each week you come. You don't want to be lazy. You gotta have good business skills. You have to have good people skills, good cleaning skills, and you have to be really honest. If you're not honest, you would actually be fired. If you're lazy, then something else. I clean this pool out and I vacuum it, test it, backwash it, clean my filters. I normally clean my filters every 6 months. One in March, one in September, and yeah, one in March, one in September. So this pool needs to be clean. I have no time to do this.